I remember sitting in my professor's office. It was weeks before my graduation. I was excited because I was now going to earn the opportunity to see my work produced, hopefully in the regional stage, and ultimately Broadway. And I was excited because I was at the top of my class. I had been produced by the school, had been in the newspaper, accomplished a lot of things. And I found my voice while I was in school. And in that same conversation, as excited as I was, my professor reminded me of the steepness of the hill that I was about to climb, because he knew that I had found my voice, and he knew that voice was pointed directly at the underserved in my community. He knew that I only write about the streets. I don't write children's stories. I don't write gospel musicals. I only write about the underbelly of the community, which is where some of the richest stories are. And so in his explanation to me, explaining to me that what I was writing about was the complete opposite of what the American theater was, my work being more aggressive, more masculine, it was the exact opposite of what was going on in the theater. And so armed with this information, I took my degree and I stepped out and I began to produce independently so that I could put the streets on stage. And in doing so, and producing and finding my own money and losing money and making money and trying to get my message out, I discovered something. Actually, I discovered a group of people in the community who were some of the most talented people I'd ever met. Raw acting skill, timing, humor, all these different things. But nobody had ever heard of them. Nobody had ever seen them on stage. And I attribute it to the fact that no one had ever given them the opportunity to show what they could do, and more specifically, may not have even had the confidence to attempt to do so. And from this process and this discovery, I refer to them as gems. These are the gems that I found in the community, is born my talk, which is called Street Participatory Acting. It's the process by which I go into the community. I find people from all cuts of all different classes, unemployed, employed, criminal history, non-criminal history, blue collar, white collar, whatever. And I put them in the hands of a capable director, in this instance, my comrade Andre Jones from Temple University. And I equipped my thespians with an acting skill set so that they can ultimately tell a street story, one of my stories. Now, the significance of that is that the street participatory actor has a reservoir of emotion and feeling that they're able to pull from, either because they have lived a lot of what I talk about, they have family members that have lived what I've talked about, or just lived in the area and seen the things that I talk about. And I talk about the hard things. I talk about unemployment. I talk about recidivism and reentry. And so as I embarked on my journey and with the idea of pursuing excellence, I actually thought that the only place that I could find the most credible thespians to execute my work was from the academy, which is where I came from, until I met these guys.
Yo, you need to read this.
What's this?
Latest CDC report says that 90% of the crime in this city can be traced back to people who are unemployed. I don't know what the hell else needs to be said. 90%?
I'll read as soon as I finish filling out these applications.
Your hands tired yet?
And it's like the 8th application I filled out. My wrist is starting to tighten up and shit. But these sessions really help, though.
Let's see, 8 this week, 10 last week, 10 the week before. Something's gotta pop. It ain't like you ain't been looking.
Man, I've been praying. Mr. Wale, if I can't get a job because of my charges, how the hell am I gonna stop hustling?
Sooner or later, Brandon, you're gonna have to give that shit up.
I got kids to take care of. And the thing is, most of them is not even mine. Their dads are either locked up or dead. They're the real reasons why I keep hustling. All this shit stops once I get a job. I just can't get arrested, because if not, it's all a wrap.
Yeah, well, you can't help nobody if you locked up.
I know.
Look, just keep filling them out. I'm telling you, before you know it, something's gonna happen.
I did the HVAC program in prison. been filling out construction applications too. There's no work. I need a job. They're not gonna fucking hire me. It's just like what we talked about, Mr. Wale. They just wanna keep me in jail.
The American theater is very similar to Major League Baseball in this respect. In Major League Baseball, you have a tier system, what's also called a farm system. You have single A, double A, and triple A baseball. They all operate as a pipeline directed to the major leagues in order to play Major League Baseball. What our American players realize and discover when they enter this farm system is that they meet other players that can hit as far as them, run as fast as them, throw as hard as them. The difference is these other players come from other countries. And if you were to follow these players to their homeland, they're legends where they come from. In addition to that, you will go to that same homeland and you'll find and meet other legends that you've never heard of, you've never seen, because as talented as they are, they were never given the opportunity to enter the pipeline in which we would meet them and ultimately they would experience success. So it is in the American theater, represented by the top collegiate acting programs in this country. They also operate as a pipeline into the regional theater and ultimately to Broadway. But I submit to you that even within a mile, in some cases, a mile of the venue that we're talking about, some of the most talented actors, potential actors, reside in the same community, but we never meet them, we never hear about them because they are not a part of the pipeline. I submit to you that the street participatory actor is the future of the arts. I submit to you that the street participatory actor, because of that reservoir of emotions and feeling and history that they're able to pull from, are able to create some of the most compelling performances that any of us has ever seen. Again, the Academy is not the only source to find actors. Street participatory acting is alive and well. These are examples of the gems that I have found in the community. Again, this is a scene from my latest work. Please take a close look.
Hey, man. Ain't seen you in a couple days, man. What's going on with you?
Mr. Wale, I got that job.
Oh, man, which one, man? That's great.
ABC, today's my second interview. HVAC program got me and I can't believe it.
I can. And while I wait, I celebrate you, young man.
You know, one day, I'm gonna own my own construction company. My boss seems pretty cool. I feel good. Mr. Wale, I just wanna thank you for keep pushing me.
That's what we do. That's what we do. We should attract big businesses here. We need to have jobs for our residents to use and apply to. I believe we can do it. It'd be that trickle-down effect. Jobs, regular customers, small business, like the one Andrea wants to work. Everybody will have a chance at the life that they want.
You think they heard you?
I really hope so.
And so in conclusion, thank you. Thank you. Fahim and Nigel are classic examples of what street participatory acting are capable of and what they can accomplish. Imagine if a worldwide search took place where we went into some of the most marginalized communities and we made a concerted effort to try to identify some of the gems in the community that can do examples, countless examples of what you just saw here, not because of the technical skill set alone, but because of the energy and the emotion that they're able to pull on in order to accomplish this. I refer to them as gems. And the reason I have such an urgency with my talk is because the majority of the gems that I would meet are not available to me. The majority of the gems that I'm talking about reside in the wealthiest place on earth, all around the world. They reside in our cemeteries. And so I'll never get to meet them. But the ones that I do get a chance to meet, I'm gonna give them an opportunity to put a mirror image of the communities that we live in on stage, all around the world. And that's what should be happening not only in American theater, but theater entities all around the world. If art and the next phase of art is advocacy and community engagement, then a crop of the next stars that you'll see on stage, independent film, music, fashion, and culinary will come from some of the worst areas in the world. I can't think of a better way to entertain, educate, and to spark discussion than to put the street participatory actor on stage. Put the streets on stage for once. Thank you.